Hello everyone. There comes a moment in life when a person realizes something painful. Being too nice is not always kindness. Sometimes it is self-destruction. This is the story of Jack, a man who spent most of his life trying to make everyone happy, until one day he finally stopped. And when he stopped being nice, everything changed. Jack was the kind of person everyone liked. He never said no. Never argued, never complained. If someone needed help, he was there. If someone needed money, he gave it. If someone insulted him, he stayed silent. People called him kind-hearted. But deep inside, Jack was tired. Every morning, he woke up feeling empty. Not because he lacked talent, not because he lacked dreams, but because his entire life belonged to other people. At work, his co-workers gave him their responsibilities. Jack, can you finish this for me? Jack, can you stay late? Jack, can you handle this problem? And he always smiled and said, sure, even when he was exhausted, even when nobody helped him back. At home, things were no different. His relatives only called when they needed something. His friends disappeared during his hard times. But whenever they had problems, they expected Jack to save them. And he did. Again, and again, and again. Because he believed being nice would make people love him. But one night, everything changed. It was raining heavily outside. Jack sat alone in his small apartment after one of the worst days of his life. He had worked overtime for a project his team leader later took credit for. Nobody appreciated him. Nobody thanked him. That same evening, a friend borrowed money from him again, despite never returning the old amount. And when Jack politely reminded him, the friend became angry. "You've changed," he said. "You used to be generous." That sentence hit Jack deeply. Not because it hurt, but because it opened his eyes. He realized something terrifying. People were not respecting his kindness. They were using it. That night, Jack stood in front of the mirror for a long time. He looked at the tired eyes staring back at him, and for the first time in years, he asked himself a question. What about me? Not his boss, not his friends, not his family. Him. What about his peace, his dreams, his happiness? And suddenly, years of silence turned into clarity. The next morning, something felt different. At work, a co-worker walked toward him with another pile of unfinished tasks. "Jack, can you handle this too?" Normally, he would smile and accept it. But this time, he calmly replied, "No, I already have my own responsibilities." The room went silent. People looked shocked, as if a machine had suddenly started speaking. His co-worker frowned. Wow, okay. Jack felt nervous. His heart was beating fast. But deep inside, he also felt something new. Power. Over the next few weeks, Jack started changing. Not into a rude person, not into a cruel person, but into someone who respected himself. He stopped answering calls that drained his energy. He stopped explaining himself to everyone. He stopped apologizing for things that were not his fault. And most importantly, he stopped sacrificing his happiness just to avoid disappointing people. At first, many people became angry. Some called him selfish. Some said, "You're not the same anymore." And they were right. He wasn't. Because the old Jack was easy to control, the new Jack had boundaries. One day, his boss asked him to stay late again, but this time, without extra pay. Jack calmly replied, "I can help tomorrow during work hours." His boss looked irritated. But something unexpected happened. Instead of disrespecting him, people slowly began respecting him more. Why? Because the world often treats you based on how you treat yourself. When you constantly ignore your own value, people learn to ignore it too. Months passed. Jack started focusing on his dreams again. He began exercising, reading books, learning new skills, For the first time in years, he felt alive. His confidence grew stronger every day. And strangely, the people who truly cared about him stayed. Only the users disappeared. That was the moment Jack understood a powerful life lesson. When you stop being nice to everyone, you finally become honest with yourself. Being kind is beautiful. But destroying yourself for others is not kindness. It is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of being disliked. But the truth is, you do not need everyone to like you. You only need to respect yourself enough to protect your peace. Because the moment you stop begging for approval, you become free. So if you are tired of being used, tired of always giving, tired of always staying silent, remember this: saying no does not make you a bad person. Having boundaries does not make you selfish. Protecting your energy does not make you cruel. Sometimes, the most important transformation in life begins the day you stop being too nice. And when that day comes, everything changes.